We have all heard about the dangers of clicking on unknown links or pop-up ads while browsing the internet, but is that really enough to keep your devices and network secure? A firewall should be your first line of defense to protect your network and data. Firewalls help filter and block potential hackers from accessing your sensitive data, and there are many types of firewalls that use different strategies to keep your information safe. Read on to learn everything you need to know about firewalls and why they're so important. A firewall is a security device that can help protect your internet network by filtering unknown traffic and blocking outsiders from gaining access to your private data. Firewalls can provide protection through computer hardware or software. Firewalls protect your computer from malicious software as well, which can create all sorts of security issues. Firewalls can provide different levels of protection. The key is determining how much protection you need. Keep reading to learn more about what firewalls do and determine the level of protection that will help keep your computer and the data on it safe from hackers and cybercriminals. A firewall acts as a filter that monitors access between your operating system and unwanted traffic or outside sources. In short, firewalls help protect you from hackers or malware that may try to steal your personal information. How does it do this? A firewall acts as a gatekeeper between your computer and another network, typically the internet. You can think of a firewall as a traffic controller. It helps protect your network and information by managing your network traffic. This includes blocking unsolicited incoming network traffic and validating access by assessing network traffic for anything malicious. Many devices come with some sort of built-in firewall protection. Double-check to make sure you're getting the most of your computer's pre-installed firewall. You might also want to configure your security settings to run software updates automatically so you always have the most up-to-date protection. A firewall works at your computer's entry point, or port. Only trusted sources, or IP addresses, are allowed in. IP addresses are important because they identify a computer or source. Along with screening IP addresses, firewalls have other advanced internal rules they follow to determine whether or not a trusted source is trying to access your computer. There are software and hardware firewalls. Each format serves a different but important purpose. A hardware firewall is physical, like a broadband router. It connects the network and gateway through hardware like wires. A software firewall is internal, a program on your computer that works through port numbers and applications. There also are cloud-based firewalls, known as Firewall as a Service, FaaS. One benefit of cloud-based firewalls is that they can grow with your organization and, similar to hardware firewalls, do well with perimeter security, preventing unauthorized users from accessing a network. There are several different types of firewalls based on their structure and functionality. Here are the various firewalls you can implement, depending on the size of your network and the level of security you need. In short, a firewall can be either a piece of hardware or software on your network that runs monitoring checks on incoming and outgoing traffic to a user-defined protocol. The firewall acts as a barrier between your computer and the internet which traffic flows through and is checked. If any traffic, both incoming or outgoing, goes against the predetermined set of rules, it will not be given access to the network. This can include blocked websites, viruses, or malicious attacks. There are hardware and software versions of firewalls. Usually, software versions aren't as complex as hardware firewalls, meaning they're cheaper in price. For personal use, software versions of firewalls should be fine. If you're looking to implement a firewall to your business, we recommend having both software on computers and hardware for your network. It is becoming more important than ever to ensure your business is cyber secure. Having a firewall implemented is a step that every business should take. Businesses are a big target for cyber criminals due to the host of personal information stored by companies. Traditional firewalls will be basic packet filtering firewalls and monitor both incoming and outgoing traffic, which is essential for businesses. Whenever you load a website, send an email or anything similar, a packet of data will be passed through the network and in turn pass through the firewall. If the packet of incoming data passes the protocol set by the user, it will be forwarded through the firewall. If there is a discrepancy between the rules, the packet of data will be dropped and blocked by the firewall. Businesses will transfer confidential information on a regular basis, so it's of utmost importance to have a firewall in place. Newer and more sophisticated firewalls will always be updating to help you stay protected from various things, but it shouldn't be the only line of defense you have. Things such as antivirus software and being educated when it comes to cybersecurity will also help you be cyber secure. Before firewalls, network security was performed by access control lists, ACLs, residing on routers. ACLs are rules that determine whether network access should be granted or denied to a specific IP address. However, ACLs cannot determine the nature of the packet it blocks. Also, ACL alone does not have the capacity to keep threats out of the network. Hence, the firewall was introduced. Connectivity to the internet is no longer optional for organizations. However, accessing the internet provides benefits to the organization. It also enables the outside world to interact with the internal network of the organization. This creates a threat to the organization. In order to secure the internal network from unauthorized traffic, we need a firewall. A packet filtering firewall is used to control network access by monitoring outgoing and incoming packets and allowing them to pass or stop based on source and destination IP address, protocols and ports. It analyzes traffic at the transport protocol layer, but mainly uses the first three layers. Stateful firewalls perform stateful packet inspection, are able to determine the connection state of the packet, unlike packet filtering firewalls, which makes it more efficient. It keeps track of the state of network's connection traveling across it, such as TCP streams. So, the filtering decisions would not only be based on defined rules but also on the packet's history in the state table. The application layer firewall can inspect and filter the packets on any OSI layer, including the application layer. It has the ability to block specific content and recognize when certain applications and protocols, like HTTP and FTP, are being misused. Next-generation firewalls are being deployed these days to stop modern security breaches like advanced malware attacks and application layer attacks. NGFW consists of deep packet inspection, application inspection, SSL/SSH inspection and many functionalities to protect the network from these modern threats. A host-based firewall is installed on each network node, which controls each incoming and outgoing packet. It is a software application or suite of applications that comes as a part of the operating system. Host-based firewalls are needed because network firewalls cannot provide protection inside a trusted network. Host firewall protects each host from attacks and unauthorized access. Network firewall function on a network level. In other words, these firewalls filter all incoming and outgoing traffic across the network. It protects the internal network by filtering the traffic using rules defined on the firewall. A network firewall might have two or more network interface cards, NICs. A packet filtering firewall is a management program that can block network traffic IP protocol, an IP address, and a port number. This type of firewall is the most basic form of protection and is meant for smaller networks. But beware, while packet filtering firewalls can be helpful, they also have limitations. Because all web traffic is allowed, a packet filtering firewall doesn't block web-based attacks, so you'll need additional protection to distinguish between friendly and malicious web traffic. The proxy service firewall is a system that can help protect your network security by filtering messages at the application layer. It essentially serves as a gateway or middleman between your internal network and outside servers on the web. Also known as a gateway firewall, it is more secure in its use of stateful and deep packet inspection technology to analyze incoming traffic. The stateful multi-layer inspection firewall has standard firewall capabilities and keeps track of established connections. It works like multiple firewalls to filter traffic based on the data it gathers, along with administrator-defined rules and context. This involves using data from prior connections and packets from the same connection. Most firewalls rely on stateful packet inspection to keep track of all internal traffic. This firewall is a step above packet filtering in its use of multi-layer monitoring. A unified threat management firewall is a program that combines the functions of the SMLI firewall with intrusion prevention and antivirus. Additional services like cloud management may be included under the UTM umbrella of services. Next-generation firewalls are more sophisticated than packet filtering and stateful inspection firewalls. Why? They have more levels of security, going beyond standard packet filtering to inspect a packet in its entirety. That means inspecting not just the packet header, but also a packet's contents and source. NGFW are able to block more sophisticated and evolving security threats like advanced malware. A NAT firewall is able to assess internet traffic and block unsolicited communications. In other words, it only accepts inbound web traffic if a device on your private network solicited it. A virtual firewall is an appliance used in a cloud-based system, both private and public. This type of firewall can assess and manage internet traffic over both physical and virtual networks. There are differences between host-based and network-based firewalls, along with benefits of having both in place. Network firewalls filter traffic going between the internet and secured local area networks, LAN. Host-based firewalls work similarly to network firewalls but are stored locally on a single computer or device. Network firewalls are typically used by businesses that need to protect a large network of computers, servers, and employees. A network-based firewall is able to monitor communications between a company's computers and outside sources, as well as restrict certain websites, IP addresses, or other services. A host-based firewall is a software application or a suite of applications that allows for more customization. They are installed on each server, control incoming and outgoing traffic, decide whether to allow traffic to individual devices, and protect the host. Your home network is only as secure as its least protected device. That's where a network security system comes in. Firewalls represent a first line of defense in home network security, but a firewall shouldn't be your only consideration for securing your home network. It's important to make sure all of your internet-enabled devices, including mobile devices, have the latest operating system, web browsers, and security software. You might not realize it, but keeping your default Wi-Fi settings isn't always a great idea. So what can you do to help secure your router? Change the default name of your router. Change the default password. Research your default security options. Set up a guest network for visitors. It's important to use available defenses to help protect your network and the personal information stored on your computer against cyber crimes. You might already engage in certain safe computer and internet use practices, but here are some top ways to browse safely. Don't click on unknown links or attachments. Only visit trustworthy, known websites. Never give out any personal information unless it is absolutely necessary. Create strong, unique, complex passwords for each online account that you update often. Does all of this make you safe enough? The answer may be no. If you use the internet, it's smart to have a firewall in place. Cyber threats are widespread and always evolving. Here are the 3 main risks of not having a firewall. Without a firewall, you're accepting every attempted connection into your network. You wouldn't have any way to detect incoming threats, which could leave your devices vulnerable to malicious users without you ever knowing. Not having a firewall means your devices are virtually unprotected, which could allow someone to gain control over your computer or network. This can range from a hacker operating your computer from afar to downloading your entire system to sift through your data. Cybercriminals could delete your data or use it to commit identity theft and financial fraud. Without a firewall, attackers could shut down your network. Getting it running again and attempting to recover your stored data can drain significant time and money. Firewalls are a key part of security technology, especially when the different types of firewalls work together to provide an umbrella of protection. They help keep your network, computer, and data safe and secure. Thank you for watching this video.